to MoMo on the Move. Today's special guest, we have fucking Paul Santoli over here, a living legend.
Oh my god. Thanks
cheers.
for having me.
Of course. Met him in the beginning of my journey here in California, a fellow Long Islander who came to chase the dream in California, conquer the dream. And we've come a long way. We've grown a lot since 2019. And now this man is about to release his first feature.
Crazy.
Big deal.
Crazy.
And yeah, Paul, how do you feel? And tell us about Because of Mika.
I'm really proud of myself. The initial feeling is like relief. Just because you set out to do something, and I really knew deep down in my heart I could do it. So to finally, now that I'm like 95% done, to really close this thing out and have something to present is cool. I think one of the biggest things I came away with was this skill and confidence of constantly acclimating to stuff. People coming, going.
Adjusting to the obstacles that are coming your way.
Yeah, locations coming, going, cops coming on set. Money scenarios, this, that, paperwork. So, yeah, crazy excited for you guys to see it. I'm very relieved too because I had over 120 people donate. So,
yeah,
to finally show them a product, because I'm sure some of them are just like,
There's
hey,
still time to donate to his GoFundMe.
Yeah, I mean, the colorist and all that stuff, that costs money. Yeah, but no, it's all right. We're just gonna keep maxing cards. Yeah, overall, I'm very excited for everyone who, donated to see, thank you guys for trusting me with this opportunity. And I'm confident that you guys, will like what you all gave me a shot at doing. So,
cool.
Yeah.
So what can the viewers expect to see from Because of Mika? What kind of movie is it? For those who don't know.
All right, so it's like a 90s comedy, like a Jim Carrey, Sandler kind of thing. It's got good messages. It's pretty clean, but the comedy's grounded. It's not this fluffy PG crap. It's not rated R, but...
Are we PG-13?
Yeah, we're PG-13, because I say the F word once, and if you say it twice, you hop to R.
Damn.
That's how it works. But I'm so dumb, because the first day I said it, and then when we were editing, I kept telling Brendan, I was like, we got to find one where I say, instead of the F word, something else. And he goes, every cut, you just threw that. And I was like, fuck. So,
Here it is.
So I had my one.
My podcast is rated fucking X. I don't even know.
What are you going to do? But I think movies now, they don't, their, overall goal is they don't really care about what they're telling people. So I'm trying to, show a message of like forgiveness and letting things go and moving on. And
well, I'm excited to see it. I know this was quite the challenge. He shot, what was it, 2 years or 1 year and a half?
It was a 24-day shoot, but it was over a 3-year period. We wrote the script in January 2020, and then was it 20? No, 20 was COVID.
Yeah, I think it was
so
21.
we wrote 21, and then we shot 22 in March, and now it's March 20 of 2023, and we're picture locked, and we're just adding. The composer's hitting it right now, and the colorist is finishing up, and we just sound mixed it.
So what was the biggest challenge you came across, since you co-wrote, directed, and starred in it, which is a fucking not an easy task?
The hardest thing. I knew one of the most important things was I always had to keep composure, because the one time that there was a lot of stuff I luckily got away with, but there was one time something wasn't going right. We had to I should have professionally prepared for the scene a little bit more. It was like this fake car accident thing, and we were I picked an area. For some reason, we ended up in another area.
Okay.
I don't know why. Whatever. So anyway, it was not smart to be doing what we were doing there, and it was the first time I hung my head, and you could tell that the whole team dropped because I dropped. So.
Right.
I think the producing, getting the locations and stuff, I had 4 cops roll up on set, so negotiating in the heat of the moment.
Which is his specialty. If you don't know Paul, negotiating is...
You just got to read the Bible and pray a lot and just be that... You got to have that harmless demeanor. For some reason, you got to... Make them
laugh.
Make them want to help you.
That's the
you just for some reason they're like, I want to help that kid, and I'm rooting for him. I think one of the things with independent films that I think that you got to prepare as much as possible. And the next time, I didn't make a shot list, and I've never made a shot list in my life.
Yeah, a shot list is super
So it's
important.
like to prepare like that. I mean, I got to give it to my DPs. They crush that vision, and I've always trusted DPs to have that vision. So every DP on this, did a great job of making this thing not look like a 4K bullshit student film. They made it look cinematic, which was cool. Audio is something that is tricky when you're filming these indie films, like with the mics and stuff. And I think that's something I'm really gonna cater to next time.
Sound is so difficult, especially when you're hiding lobs and you're
Yeah.
ruffling around and wind outside, the worst.
Yeah, I think like that's kind of the things, like being patient through that stuff. It's like
So really just the logistics is like
Make-
handling that is the hardest
yeah,
part.
there's all these constant like, okay, well, priority is his scenes and this, and I think it's one of the hardest things, and is to stay consistent, because like we shot 24 days, but like 19 in March, 3 in April, 2 in September, 1 in February. So it's like to keep this relationship.
Yeah, and to keep it consistent since it's like separated for so long.
Yeah, like even like my hair and stuff, like because I don't have like
You
a
gotta
buzz.
keep it the same length.
I mean, like, yeah, it's like that, and like your facial hair. Like, there's some scenes where it's like a little bit more, but I should have shaved every single day, but it doesn't. It's clearly not a distraction. But
So for any artist out there watching, what piece of information or advice can you give them, like for starting out, like doing your own project?
don't overthink it. Totally possible. Steve Harvey recommended 2 books: The Magic of Thinking Big and The Power of Positive Thinking. Les Brown's a really good speaker. Jim Rohn, Rohn. So these people, I would start my days like, I'm not going to throw Christianity on people, but like every morning I'm praying and I'm getting my mind right. But if you're trying to be a filmmaker and trying to lead the way, like you have to accept responsibility of being like a captain of a team. Like you're the quarterback. So it's like,
take lead.
so like I'm sober, I'm healthy, any situation, you're a parent, because like any situation, like cops get called, it's raining, it's here. You got 5 minutes to not dwell, and discipline, drive, and determination. And it's a constant, like, if something goes wrong, there's, okay, we could do 1, 2, or 3, and you got like 3 minutes to dwell on it. Because when you're on set, you got 12 hours, and then it's overtime. I recommend also a preliminary schedule.
Okay.
So my buddy Tyler did
Deadlines, timelines.
No. It literally breaks it down to the scene number, the page number, the characters needed, and what scene's being shot. And you got this, it's a strip board. And all of a sudden, you got the whole thing, and it's 50 strips. And you're like, okay, we could film that, and then that, and then that. Location movements take a while. Mm-hmm. So if you're in, film as many things as you can in one location. Because to pack up a truck, move everything to a new location, find parking, that's something that like people are like, oh, we'll just go here and then there. And I don't know why they're British, but and then over that, no, but location movements take a long time. So it's like once you're here,
so don't overthink it, but think about all these things.
Just be prepared for like war, and if you're really dying to do the story, just be understand the process and be patient with it, and ride the wave. And once you finish it, like it's very surreal that like this movie is like done. And then like the idea of like a kid being a lead actor in LA, like for us 3 years ago that was crazy, and now it's like
here we are.
No, it's right there. You know what I mean? It's like, no, it's possible,
Right. So what would you say keeps the fire under your ass throughout this whole thing? Because this is like, there's moments where you're just like, I don't know if I could keep doing this, or like, can someone else just do this and take over,
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to have a ton of people help out and guide me. So I think it's a lot of the people that donated was a constant reassurance that they believed in me. But honestly, it's so bittersweet to come out here, because you come out here broke and you have your back against the wall, and that's the only way you move. Mm-hmm. And that's why I didn't like acting in New York, because I could always just turn down an audition and stay home. But like, I have even now,
there was no comfort zone.
Yeah, even now I have no choice but to bang out another movie.
So what's the plan with Because of Mika? I know you're submitting it to.
Yeah, so we got one festival we're submitting to. I'm not going to say which one yet,
Yeah.
but
Good thing
so
it's not.
yeah. So the movie's a work in progress right now. So once we find out about that first festival, then there's like 4 more that we'll try to hit. I'm not really like, the idea is to get this thing on distribution sooner than later because
Okay.
I don't need the.
Regardless of the festivals.
Yeah, I'd rather win 1 or 2 good ones or get selected to that versus like 28
Okay.
because nothing happens.
Right.
Except you get to put it on your Instagram and your buddies from home are like, dude, you're
Awesome,
crushing it.
Dude.
Yeah,
Crushing
and it's
it.
like,
Keep doing what you're doing.
yeah, totally. So yeah, we'll shop the big ones, and then if not, we'll put in a couple other ones. But I don't see it later than the end of the year.
To be out.
Pushing it to be public.
All right. Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah. So
That's all I really have for you today, Paul. Thanks for hopping on.
this coffee's cold now. Thanks for having me, Monica.
You can't win it all. But anyway, I'm glad that, you're pretty much at the finish line with your movie. I can't wait to see it. And I can't wait for you guys to see it because I know how much, he put his blood, sweat, and tears into this film. And I'm excited for him to, cut the red ribbon and, show it to the world.
Yeah.
And hopefully you will see Paul in his new mansion in Malibu.
With an F-type Jaguar.
And blonde.
Yeah. All the brunettes, just call it. You just did there.
I cut him off. I'm sorry. That was it.